impressive silence on my end when I'm not talking.
There's never silence over here. I'm always talking.
I know.
Words are the spice of life. You know what's the spice of life?
What?
Spices. Because this is life. And spices already exist.
Yeah, they do. That's true. You created your own metaphor, and then you debunked your own metaphor that you created.
I didn't create the metaphor.
Where's the spice of life? You heard that somewhere?
Well, saying something is the spice of life is just a common thing that you just insert, your own meaning into. Like, the commonly people will say variety is the spice of life. But I changed it to fit my purposes in that instance because it's adaptable, malleable, molded by it. I didn't see a metaphor until I was a man. So, welcome back to Late Night with Big and Wow.
Yep, it is that time on Friday on YouTube.com, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Hell yeah, we're everywhere now.
We are everywhere now. This is the first podcast we've filmed since that actually was announced and started happening.
Yeah, because that happened last week, and it's next week.
Yes, we started getting our podcast out to Spotify and Apple Podcasts after we filmed it last week. The timing actually worked out perfectly. We've actually talked about this a couple of times, but we haven't talked about it on the show, obviously, because we haven't filmed anything since then.
Yeah.
But we put our podcasts up at 5 p.m. on Fridays, but the podcast went up late on Friday, and our podcast didn't officially register and show up on Apple Podcasts until the moment it went up on YouTube. So the announcement was only valid as of the moment the video went up because the timing just worked out perfectly. It was on Spotify already, but the announcement was for both, as you saw last week. So it's just funny.
If you're listening on either of those platforms, then, you probably already know this, but thanks.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing on your favorite podcast platform, which you can do now on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or YouTube if you listen to podcasts exclusively on YouTube for some reason.
YouTube Music is its own app, and that hosts podcasts. So I think people use that.
What I don't know is why people would use that.
If you don't have Spotify Premium, but you have YouTube Premium, then that's what you'd use. Just what you got.
I did try to use that with YouTube Premium one time, but it's just not the same. For my music needs and picky preferences, it's not the same. I've been using Spotify forever. I used iTunes and Apple everything until I found out what Spotify was, and I've basically been using it since then. I used Apple Music a couple times in between then.
Yeah, paying for music as anything other than a novelty. God, what a time. I think I'd enjoy Spotify as a service a lot more if, without Spotify Premium, they didn't just put random songs into your playlists and make it so you can only shuffle. That's vindictive. If it was just advertisements between songs, that'd be one thing. But the fact that you can't even listen to the music you want to listen to without Spotify Premium is evil.
Yeah, they're a company, and they will make you give them your money if you want their thing.
You are going to give us your money. Have you ever had your Spotify hacked?
No.
I've had mine hacked once before, a couple of years ago. I couldn't get into my account, and so I contacted Spotify support. I was like, hey, why'd the password for my account changed? I can't get into it. Somebody's in my account. And then I got back into the account after they settled that, and they hadn't changed any of my shit, except they were just playing some of their own music, and it was some of the worst shit I have ever heard. Not offensive worst shit, just terrible music. Music that you don't even know how you would find it kind of bad. That's just what they wanted to listen to. They wanted it so bad that they hacked into my Spotify to listen to it.
Yeah, clearly they just wanted to listen to music on a service. I don't know how somebody would come upon somebody's specific account like yours, but they obviously did, which is weird.
I think there's services that are Well, one, because like sometimes passwords can leak out from some websites and information, and then that gets like sold to different groups for like, oh well, if this is their password and login on this site, then maybe we should try these other sites and see if we can get in with that like similar information.
Yeah.
And that's like the danger of like a lot of information leaks. And so my account, I guess, just got caught up in something with that, and so it was hit. I'm hit.
I also will say, I think it was last week, but we're like, we're actually filming this late night and we're doing it again. This is a very late podcast. This is an extremely late podcast.
Even later at night.
Yeah. Even later at night with even bigger and even wower.
It was like 2 hours later than we did the last one. Now there's no sunlight here.
Yeah, we're filming at past midnight EST. And that's because I had work today. And when I got home, I had to calm down from being sensory overloaded.
Work? Can we get a boom womp?
Because I left work. Well, by the time I left, I was a little better. But my last, like, 2 or 2.5 hours, I could barely think or move. And I had to, crouch and, like, cover my ears and close my eyes.
Damn.
Because I was like gonna cry because I couldn't think and I couldn't tell anybody that I couldn't think. I couldn't process. You can't fill me with too much. I don't even want to call it information. You just can't load one of my senses like that, or it'll just shut me down. It'll basically like blue screen me, and then I have to like reset, and I have to go somewhere else away from whatever it is to do that. It can be any of my one senses. But that was like all of them. I guess mainly like my eyes and my ears were overloaded, but it started giving me like a headache because those things are on my head. So it like fucked me up. And that's the first time in a long time. I don't even remember the last time I got like overloaded like that, but that was terrible. And so my only point was that I got home like 2 hours ago, but I took like an hour and a half to like, I shower after I get home from work because I work in a kitchen. So I like showered in the dark and with like a light on, but like a chill light, like a soft light.
Yeah.
And then I showered in the dark on one foot, holding glass plates, testing myself. I felt weak. And then after that, I just like caught up on YouTube for the day. I saw Colleen Ballinger's terrible apology video.
My God,
that was so bad.
It's so
she basically
bad.
played Riptide for 12 minutes. It's so bad. If you haven't seen that,
she basically played Riptide to explain that she's not a groomer.
If you haven't seen that video, don't even fucking waste your time. It's so stupid.
Oh my God. It's people have wasted no time turning that into its own like TikTok sound and spreading that around. It's just wild.
Because she posted it like earlier today, I think.
Yeah, it just happened. What an insane thing to do. Not
I mean,
just...
yeah, you gotta have some big balls for a woman to do that. To like, and I mean for anybody, obviously, that's not a woman thing. But like, holy shit, are you kidding me?
Doing that kind of ukulele apology is at her grown age. That's something that like a 14-year-old who listens to 21 Pilots and like does ukulele covers. That's the kind of apology they would do.
It's so stupid.
Not when you're a fucking like established like internet celebrity. She was in
like over decade old famous YouTuber.
Yeah, that's not what you do when you were in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh shit, she was a Wreck-It Ralph too.
Yeah.
Ew.
Didn't she have her own like show for a while?
She got a Netflix show.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was called because I don't like her and I don't care. I didn't even like her before.
Her and Liza Koshy both got like their own Netflix shows and they were not good.
Liza Koshy had a Vogue, whatever those Vogue house tours are.
Oh yeah.
Vogue just like comes into people's houses and like does a house tour where they ask them a bunch of questions, I think.
Yeah.
Liza Koshy got one of those. And that was like a big deal at the time because they're like reserved for celebrities usually.
She was a big deal for a while, but that was mostly because like she was riding high off of the Vlog Squad.
Yeah, and there was like this whole, and Miranda Sings just kind of fits the picture, but she wasn't part of it. But there's like this demographic on the internet of women who like do very like slapstick childish humor, but like with very obvious adult messages, and it's like weird. And like examples are like that I'm thinking of are like Miranda Sings or Liza Koshy or Lele Pons,
fucking,
or
oh my God.
Like,
I mean, you can say millennials.
I don't like. It's not though, because there's like so many women I see on the internet that are like around the same age range but act like it, and it's so much better to watch. And I just don't like. I myself don't make kids content, obviously, so I could never imagine what it's like to want to make content that literally children watch. I wouldn't want to do that even if I liked being around children, which
also,
I don't.
that being absolute garbage for children's minds. Just like making content for kids, that's just absolute schlock.
You come across your channel every so often that's like educational, and they just make videos that like can leave parents some time to like do stuff.
Yeah.
And there are channels like that because I've seen them that are like responsible and try. But like most of YouTube Kids is just a shit show. And like Elsa Gate happened, and you have stuff like Miranda Sings, and it's so stupid. And I really don't even want to get on a tangent about kids content because I don't have that much else to say. I hate it. But you know, I'm 23, so who fucking cares? In the words of Colleen Ballinger, fuck me, right? It's literally what she said at the end of her apology video.
In the words of Colleen Ballinger, I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. That's what she said, right?
Yes. I believe that was Collinger. Ballinger.
That was Colin Mockery.
I'm excited though, to completely switch topics. That's the word. Bikini topics. I am excited because I am getting paid my every other week pay tomorrow. But what my issue is that I need to make like an actual list of the like first like important stuff I want to get before I think about buying anything else, because I have a few like luxury things I want to get, but I have some other stuff that like
food, drugs, candles.
Well, not really any of those. I mean,
candles.
I don't pay. I mean, I could get candles, but that's not even a necessity, and I don't want candles. I like candles, but I'm not going to get them right now. Also, shut up.
You know that famous tweet, that famous drill tweet?
No.
I need help financing like a budget for my family, so we're about to go broke. This is my monthly budget. It is like $300 for food, $800 on rent, $3,000 on candles. Spend less on candles? No.
Not gonna happen. But basically, I can't even... What's stupid about it is I should have made the list while I was thinking about making the list, because I can't even think of like... I mean, I know one of the first things I want to do is I'm gonna fill up my car so I can ride.
With gas.
Yeah. I need to fill that bitch up.
With my car.
I got 2 new sports bras recently gifted to me by my mother, which is huge, by the way.
That's huge.
That's huge. That's where I'm at with my mother and my gender. But I'm really excited because they're like from a place that she like got me one, and then she was like, "Tell me if you like those, because if so, they're like $5. I'll get you more." And yeah. I did like it.
And all you girlies in the closet.
Yeah.
Haha.
I bet your mom hates you. Fuck you. I bet your mom doesn't even know you're a freak. Just kidding. Girls in the closet, stay strong.
Stay strong.
Love y'all. Love y'all. Respectfully and platonically, not Ballingely. We do not wish to engage in any kind of direct contact with any of our audience. First of all, if you're a child, you shouldn't be watching this channel. Leave.
Get
second of all,
out of here.
we're not gonna probably engage mostly with our audience anyway, unless it's like a funnier response to an adult on Twitter or an adult in the comments. Even like on my channel, I don't interact with people. Like the closest interaction I've had was a hate raid in my Twitch channel and my Discord server at the same time. So,
oh yeah.
And it's not even like I'm afraid of making content because of that now, because I have other protections in way of dealing with that. But that just sucked, and like I felt.
I think your protections are all gone right now. It's summer vacation. They're out of school.
I'm
saying it's children that do this.
That is true. Children have stupid instincts and love causing chaos.
Children have dumb disease.
Yeah.
We have to put them down.
One of my favorite memes I have saved is just a picture of like a dude laying on the ground, and it's like kids who died because you can't drink until you're 21. And I love that meme so much. I love one of my favorite fucking meme formats is just like taking literal words and forcing their literal context into a joke. It's so funny.
I mean, that's how we end up with a kid named Finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of drinking, got myself a rum and Sprite right here because we're all out of Coke.
Are you drinking?
I am.
Nice.
Rewarding myself for a long day of playing Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I saw your tweet that you said it was running better on your computer.
Yeah, weirdly enough. It's like I used to get like 20 to 30 FPS, and now in a lot of places I get 60. So that's nice.
Yeah, we have had the often occurrence that for some reason Mia will never be able to update me about her life because she always tweets about whatever she's going to say before she says it to me. And then I see it and she'll tell me and call and I'll be like, I know, because I already saw it like hours ago. Shut up. That happened for like 7 Big Wow Big sessions in a row one time. It was so funny.
Well, sometimes I just have things to share.
Yeah.
If I think it would make an entertaining tweet, I don't expect my friends to be hawking on my Twitter.
You're just always at the top of my timeline. I don't even check your Twitter. It's just like...
I think that's just a time of day kind of thing.
I don't know.
Like on the top of your like notifications or on the top of your like For You page on TikTok or Twitter?
My For You.
I think that's just because we interact a lot on Twitter. So it just always bumps me up.
Finster replied to a Jay Schlatt tweet and said it was about like Finster posting a picture in a suit and then a picture in a dress, you know, or whatever, like his thing that he does. And then Jay Schlatt responded and said, Jesus fucking Christ, man, get a tailor. And Finster said, the only man I want touching me is you. And Jay Schlatt's response is even better. He just said, let's sort this out privately. It killed me.
There used to be a famous long-running Jay Schlatt meme was that he secretly liked men.
Yeah. No, that's like one of his main things is that he's like gay, but like not, but he's never said it.
The thing about it, this is something that happens when you're somebody like me who likes to go and watch like old, like, you know, the famous comedians of the previous generation, like Gilbert Gottfried, Norm Macdonald, all those types. Who's other people I'm thinking of? Mitch Hedberg, anybody of that era.
God.
And you listen to their bits, and then you start to realize how many like entertainers of our time kind of like parrot their stuff, whether intentionally or not, because that was a long running Norm Macdonald bit, was that he would go on like Conan and he would be like, so Norm, you have anything you want to tell us this week? Well, I'm a deeply closeted homosexual man. You're what? You're gay? No, I'm not gay. But you said you're deeply closeted. Yeah. So it's, you know, you see a lot of repeats in that. And even still,
I mean, you can only use so many things as a joke.
There's only so many jokes in the world, but I see that happening now with the streamer Rainbow. I don't know how that's pronounced.
It's Ranboo, but
Ranboo. People have pointed out where he's done a couple Germa bits because he watches a lot of Germa, so of course he like picks up some stuff from there.
Yeah.
Whether intentionally or not, influence is prevalent, and no shame in that. We do a lot of comedy that's influenced from other stuff too.
We have a show that's influenced from other stuff. I don't know if you could tell.
I mean, half of the comedic voices I do weren't originally incepted by me. It's just voices I heard somebody else do that were funny, and then I was like, I want to do that voice too.
Yeah. I parody an Obama voice that's Obama, but somebody else... I'm parodying somebody else doing Obama's voice. It's a parody.
Doing an impression of their impression.
It's a parody tunnel. It just like there's only so many... Like, we as humans have only evolved to so many things being in society that are appropriate to be able to make jokes about that work also. And there's so many... I'm not going to break down the science of comedy because I don't want to, and I can feel physically that my brain doesn't want to. But history repeats itself is not limited to anything. Comedy is also included in that.
There's yo mama jokes written on, like, the walls of Pompeii. Some things truly never change.
Yeah, you remember when that guy went up to the cross that Jesus Christ was crucified on and left a sticky note that said, "Call me."
But just carved into the side of the cross, Gaius was here.
Yeah, and you remember when Jesus was riding down in that chariot that had a...
For a good time, pray to.
Remember when ancient Romans would ride down in those chariots that had Trump bumper stickers? You remember? Trump 46 AD. I actually saw, speaking of history repeats itself, I wanted to mention, I was thinking about it. I saw this TikTok, it came up on my For You page earlier, and it wasn't even a LGBTQ person, it was just this guy who, very avidly and outwardly supports Pride and stuff. And like, it is Pride Month currently. Actually, I don't think it will be will it be on Friday?
No, it'll be like last day.
Oh, it'll be the 30th. Oh yeah. Well, because it's Thursday for me, so it's the 29th. I was confused. And me is still stuck in the past. The guy's TikTok was that he went to Target, and I'll try to explain this in the way that he did, so the effect of the message is the same. But he went to Target because he wanted to get a rainbow mug to just have for his videos, for Pride, just to like show his support. And he was like, I might get a t-shirt too or whatever. And he went to Target. This didn't happen. He's telling this story in the video. He didn't like do all this in the video. He went to Target and he like looked fucking everywhere and he couldn't find any rainbow mugs or like anything like that. So he asked like an employee. He was like, hey, like, is there like a Pride section hiding out somewhere? I wanted to look around. And she was like, oh no, we took all that stuff down. And he was like, oh, are the boycotts like really getting that serious? And or no. He just said like what happened? And she was like, there have been like numerous bomb threats around the country, and death threats towards our management. And he said he just basically spent the rest of the video explaining. He said that that is not. He just kept telling Republicans like that is not what boycotting is. You guys are something. Yeah. I don't think I can say that word on TikTok, but you guys are something. And then he said, you guys are sending bomb threats that are creating terror. Calling them terrorists indirectly, but it was in the comments. And like, that is literally insane. Like, that's terrorism. Like, not to get, I don't want to get political on the show, but like, that is literal terrorism. That's insane. That's terrifying. Like, why do they think they're doing the right thing? I really don't get it. I also saw another video from that was a drag queen talking about how separation of church and state is completely non-existent, and I also agree with that. And I'm sorry to, like, obviously that's our opinions and we're allowed to express them, but I don't want to get like super about this on the show. I just like saw that TikTok.
Welcome to Political Cast.
Welcome to Late Night with Political and Cool.
Welcome to Late Night with Big. Late Night with Big and It.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Late Night with Race and Ist. Anyway, I just saw those TikToks and they made me like I was so intrigued by the Target one. That was like blew my mind.
You think that IHOP stands for International Homophobia?
Home of phobia?
Yeah.
Probably does. I thought it stood for International Hop. Thought just the I was the acronym.
Like the movie with James Marsden with the Easter Bunny.
Is that real?
Yeah, it was a movie. It was James Marsden of Sonic the Hedgehog movie fame.
Is he the like human Sonic sidekick guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't
If
know.
I had a nickel for every movie that James Marsden brought around an annoying little animated sidekick, I'd have 2 nickels.
That's true. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Yeah. He was also in, what is it, Ella Enchanted, I think is what that movie
A
is.
hedgehog? Sonic the Hedgehog?
I think the movie's Ella Enchanted, unless there's a different one. There's 2 movies that are similar title with Ella Enchanted that, like, I always get mixed up. Wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hugh Dancy. No, I thought that was... No, that's... Am I thinking of the wrong movie? Am I thinking of the wrong one? Hang on. One of them has James Marsden. Oh, it's just called Enchanted. Okay, the movie is just Enchanted, where James Marsden plays Prince Edward. I always get Ella Enchanted and Enchanted mixed up because they're very similar movies, and they came out 3 years apart. But one has Hugh Dancy, who's not a person I've thought about in a minute, but he played Will Graham in NBC's Hannibal, which I need to rewatch. You ever seen that?
No.
It's so good. And that's really the end of it. I wish they would make another season of it, but they never will. Fucking Mads Mikkelsen and Hugh Dancy. Shit goes hard. Show's kind of gay, too.
I'm not on, like, TV shit right now. I've been, mostly doing
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
games, but yeah. I mean, you can do with that what you will. I'm not editing this one.
Yeah.
I have just been mainly playing different, newer, obscure games lately. Like I played a lot of Bean Battles with the groups, which if you don't know is this literally $1 game on Steam that is fantastic, and it's just a battle royale you play with your friends as beans. You can unlock cosmetics, you can customize your lobbies down to the spawn rate of guns and like lethals and stuff. And it's really fun, and it's really well built for what it is, even though you can like clip through a lot of platforms. I also played BattleBit Remastered, which is essentially a low poly Battlefield built a lot better. In all honesty, after playing it for several days, it is kind of as boring as Battlefield if you just keep dying, but it is fun when you go on a kill spree. I also played with my friends Niblink and Kid Presentable. I played Inside the Backrooms recently. We played it for 5 hours straight after we paid for it. And that game's kind of insane. It gets confusing at times, and not in a backrooms way, just confusing. I don't think I picked anything else back up. Oh, you know what? They added a new map to Lunch Lady.
Oh!
Me and Chandler played it this morning, actually, before I went to work. I forgot.
Shit.
They added a new map called Hibashi High School, and it's really tiny. Like, you pretty much can't escape her on that map. It's kind of fucked up. So we played that earlier, and then we played Three Finger Battle Arena, which is a very prevalent game in my career. If you haven't seen any of my clips or streams, been playing that one for a long time. I don't know, is there a way to see when you bought something or when you installed something?
If you look in your Steam activity,
Uh,
if you like hover under your username up at the top and go to activity feed, you can find it in there.
games.
So Boomer added Checkmate Showdown to his wish list. That's the most recent thing on here. Chandler achieved Lunch Lady 2 achievements: Key Master and Walking Library. Good for him.
It must have been the day I unlocked these like 5 achievements, which was April 4th, 2022. So a year and some months ago.
Serves, people kind of mock it sometimes, but getting an achievement for beating the tutorial is a good way to have a benchmark of when you started playing a game.
It is very helpful in that sense. Damn, yeah, and I've been playing, you can, like, see a literal list of your achievements on shit.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I started playing Apex Legends in September 2021. I also wanted to say as a side note, I finally got my old desk back over in my new place.
Nice.
Obviously, I've been living here for almost a year, so it's not really my new place, but my old desk, I got a new corner desk setup that came in like 3 pieces, like 2 desks in the corner when I moved here. And by the end of May this year, I couldn't stand fucking having it in here anymore because the desks individually were too small to hold all my shit. And I hated the corner setup because it just cut into the middle of my room and it was terrible. And there's not a good corner in this. If you were like, why didn't you put it in a corner? Because there's no good corner in this room for that.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't that kind of room. It's not a standard bedroom. So I had to think of a way to get like what I wanted, which was just one big desk that would hold all 3 of my monitors. And this one ended up working out perfectly. It's a desk. It's the desk I used to use when I lived at my house before this. And the top is made of glass, and I've been using it since like Zoom SMP and like everything like
Old.
that. So this desk is like the classic, and it's huge, and I love it, and I'm so glad I have it, and I'll be much happier and better off. Also, side note, they added Magic the Gathering Arena to Steam recently.
Oh, based. Might reinstall it.
So I installed it there. I uninstalled it on Epic. I wish that Fortnite was available through Steam, but it's not because for very obvious reasons. I am okay keeping Epic open just for that. I also reinstalled Warzone through Steam. I obviously would have to pay $70 for Modern Warfare 2 again, but I think that I might maybe do that because I'd rather have it through Steam, and I'll just do it when I have $70 that I don't have to spend on anything else. Especially if you and that other Warzone crew purchase it and want to do stuff, that would be something that would make it worth it.
Yeah. Also, for all you gamers out there that care at all about the trading cards on Steam, or even if you just like to sometimes like sell trading cards on Steam just to like bump up your Steam wallet for like a $2 DLC. If you want to know how to earn those better and easier instead of just like getting them randomly, if you go into the badges section of Steam, like underneath, like where you hover over your profile name, like your username, and then you drop down to badges, you can see what games you're eligible to earn trading cards in at that moment, which often just is like you just have to boot up the game for a couple minutes and then you get a trading card for it. So if you want to kind of farm it, then you can do that.
That's so true. Now I want to tell you guys about this great resource through Steam that you can get if you like hunting for achievements. So let me tell you about this.
Let me tell you about CSGO Lotto.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the Mr. Beast Finger Challenge. If you don't know about that, all you need to know is it was a disaster.
How much? I'm trying to see if there's like a history in my Steam wallet. I sold a bunch of CSGO cases a while back, and I'm curious how much that ended up being worth for all of those. If I go into like, how do I see this? Like, I guess view purchase history. Maybe it goes into there. Maybe I can see where I sold like I just sold like a shit ton of CSGO cases, and it got me like, oh, now I remember. I sold enough CSGO cases to buy the DLC for Outer Wilds. Because I just had so many of them sitting around for years and years in my inventory, playing CSGO since like, I think like 2016, 2015. Actually, I can. Oh yeah, you can also go into your Steam like store history to see when you bought a game. What? I think it was like one of the first games that I got. Honestly, I bought. Man, oh my god, my Steam account is it's 9 years old at this point, 9.5.
This account is much newer than my original one, but I don't know when I made this one. I'm trying to look.
But it's been since like 2015 or 16 that I've been playing CSGO, and I never bought like a case key. So I just had shit sitting around for that. For a long, long time. I just had that, like, those cases building up for years and years. And the older the case, it's a good chance that it might have some value. So that was
Damn.
turned out pretty good for me.
You know what I'm really curious about that I'd really like to do just out of curiosity, pure curiosity? I'd really love to add up every single Steam purchase I have and just see how much that is over time. Oh, I bought you Lunch Lady.
You did.
I bought Pi Uno. I bought Pi and Sam Among Us. I remember these. I bought Po Uno. I bought Po Shook Uno. That's so funny. I bought Chandler Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles. Fuck that guy. He owes me money.
It's fun looking in my Steam purchase history and seeing all these games that like I bought and then refunded because I had a really shitty laptop that couldn't play it. So it's like the same day,
wow.
like bought and refunded. It'd be really fun if it would like add all these up for you.
I don't know. Yeah, that would. I don't even know if I've ever. I don't know if I've ever refunded stuff. Just cause I don't know. If we took a break from the, if we took a pause on the podcast, I'd be willing to add all these up real quick.
Yeah,
that'd
be fun.
Okay. Well, do you want to make some kind of? Should one of us make a time mark that we're gonna pause at this point?
Yeah, just.
Yeah, we're okay. So we have our totals, and I'm not like.
Yes.
I was about to say I'm not surprised, but I am impressed at how much I spent. I did not think
Same.
it was as much as it is. I guess since this was my idea, I'll reveal my total first. So I found out that my first game I purchased on Steam was Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2020, and I was explaining to Mia on the break that I purchased or I made this Steam account I currently have, and Milk is Superior, my other brand, my dead brand, already existed because this Steam account is named under that. Like the Steam name that you can't change is Milk is Superior on this account. So I made it under that. And I do remember that I had made, I think it was 2019, at the end of 2019, either that or 2018, but I think 2018 is pushing it, that I made Milk is Superior, because by the time Milk is Superior started popping off around Zoom SMP time, the channel, the name and the brand had already been around for like years. So, because I remember also, just quick side note, I will get to the point, but like,
oh my god, we're getting clickbaited.
Well,
wait to the end of the video to hear the reveal.
Yeah, wait, why don't you? I was gonna say that my friend, like, it was the birthday right after. It was the birthday within the same December that I made Mocha Superior. My friend made me a Mocha Superior sweatshirt. Like, asked me what color sweatshirt I wanted, and then, like, painted Mocha Superior onto it with, like, the YouTube, Instagram, Twitter logos and shit.
Wow.
And it was, like, one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten, and I always loved her. Like, I wish we were still friends, because she was always so cool, and we just fell off of contact. We never had, like, a falling out. She was great, dope person, love her. But anyways, yeah, so my point was I made this Mocha Superior, so I don't know what my total all-time Steam purchase total is, because I don't have the ones from my previous account. But my total for this from purchasing GTA 5 to 2020 to now was $1,202.34. That's how much money I spent.
Damn, I'm pretty close on
games
that.
and DLC.
My my first Steam purchase was in May of 2014, so I would have been 12, and I bought Terraria. Yeah,
Terraria. That was one of my first two back in the day.
Yeah, that was and then my second one was Gmod, and then Portal 2. But my total, about 9 years later, of Steam purchases adds up to 968.
Damn, yeah. So in 3 years, I spent $200 more than you spent in a decade. Is that what you're saying?
Close to 300.
That is
two and a half to 300 more than I spent in about a decade.
That is funny,
yeah.
But also you have to understand that I was catching up a lot.
Yeah.
I had some of these games I bought on this new account I had on the other one. I just didn't have them because it was a new account. I made the Milk is Superior Steam account to get off of my parents' email, which the other one was on. And I wasn't very savvy in terms of like managing accounts and stuff and switching data over between accounts. So I didn't know if I could just like take my parents' email off because I didn't know if they would like know. And there used to be this whole dynamic between me and my parents that was very manipulative and controlling. So I was just afraid that if I switched it and they found out, they'd probably kill me for some reason. So I made it without telling them. I did the same thing with like my iTunes account I used to share. We used to have like a family iTunes account that we all shared the same shit under. And then when I was like 17, I made my own because I had a girlfriend at the time and she was like, I have my own iTunes account. I was like, people our age can just like make an iTunes account.
You can just do that?
I really though, I was like, you could just do that. And so I did. And it was great. And something I still want to get on Steam is I want to get every single Five Nights at Freddy's game. I only have the free ones, which is Ultimate Custom Night and Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, and I have the first one. I don't have 2 through 5, and I don't have Security Breach, and I think there's some other ones. The reason I don't know is because I'm looking at Scott Cawthon as the developer and publisher right now, and there's like Scott Games now instead that distributes like the other things. Oh, there's also not Security Breach, the VR one, Help Wanted.
That one I've been playing recently.
New video on youtube.com/@rottingcoffee.
Yeah.
Go watch it, or I'll fucking punch you in the throat.
It's doing pretty good at this point. I'm rather happy with that. It's performed.
I also had a new video that's doing well.
Quickly within my expectations. I'm happy. I got a comment on it that I think it encapsulates perfectly the kind of interactions that I want to have online, which is just I watched this while eating lunch. I enjoyed it. It's like, great. I've achieved background noise. Perfect.
I saw that comment actually. You know what's funny? I also have one comment on my new video. So Mia's newest video that you should go watch instead of this one I'm about to talk about is her playing FNAF Help Wanted VR, like she said, stream highlight, which you can also follow for streams, twitch.tv/rottingcoffee.
Hell yeah.
My video that I had recently was me and Chandler reacting to the Nintendo Direct from June 21st, from a week ago when this video comes out? No, a week and a half ago. A week and a day ago in normal time anyway.
Fucking Georgians.
We're in different time zones. Is the joke.
You fucking Georgian!
Okay, Amazon, shut up. Wait, Amazon doesn't make sense.
No.
Arizon. I bet they call it that. They're stupid. Yeah.
Arizona Prime.
You probably made it because you're dumb. Arizona Prime. My comment that I got on my video was also engaging with the video, which was really dope. So there was when they announced Super Mario RPG, the like remake of it, which me and Chandler were talking about during the game footage. Like Chandler was like, yeah, this looks like the Big Wap Big playthrough to be. And I was like, yeah, it probably is. I got a comment on my video. So we were talking during the thing and we were like, Bowser's on the team like all of a sudden, like what? And I feel really dumb because if you watch our reaction, we were talking about how it's like a sequel the whole time until we realized at the end that it was just a remake and it wasn't a sequel because the Nintendo dudes started saying the Super Mario RPG now with updated graphics, and we were like, oh, it's an update. This lovely person in the comments said, yes, in this game, Bowser teams up with Mario and Peach. If you play the game, it will be revealed in the intro why that is. And I was like, cool, that makes me want to play the game.
That's so diplomatic of a response.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so polite and patient and courteous.
Hey there, late night listeners. Thank you so much for listening to Late Night with Big and Wow. We're just taking a little break here to tell you about the Big Wow Big Patreon. Not only is it an extra step of support for the channel, it also has numerous benefits such as unreleased Big Wow Big content, exclusive patron live streams, and even getting to tell us what video to make. If you've got a heart in your chest and money in your wallet, then head over to patreon.com/BigWowBig and join today. Thanks again for listening. Now back to the show. I also have this like nervous habit of working on like graphics and channel assets whenever I'm like bored and need something to do. And Mia knows about it because I've renovated the Big Wow Big channel. Like,
oh my god, it is the digital version of you reorienting your room constantly. You can't help but bring that habit into the digital world.
It's fucking organization. I have to organize stuff or it fucking freaks me out. And I don't know why. It's just a thing I do. It's a nervous habit. It's honestly probably why I used to switch brands so much, because I wanted to like rebrand and update stuff, and like I always saw potentially better things in my brands, but I felt the need to go all the way and change the name. But I obviously don't do that anymore. I've been I don't know how long my Cosmic Emerald Twitch channel was around, which, by the way, the Cosmic Emerald Twitch channel, if any of you give a shit or know about that channel, the Cosmic Emerald Twitch channel does not exist anymore. The one that was affiliated and I used to stream on, that channel does not exist anymore. I got Twitch to remove the affiliate status, and I deleted it.
Yeah, it's gone.
Now I just have a purely viewing account called Cosmic Emerald on YouTube, and I use it purely just to go in my friends' chats. And the reason I called it Cosmic Emerald on YouTube is just to shamelessly plug and tell people where I am. If they like see me and the streamer recognizes me as a mutual or a friend, I want them to realize immediately where I am and where I make stuff. And my bio, even on that Twitch account, the only link is my YouTube channel, and the bio says, I am just here to support my friends. Go check out my YouTube channel, because I am fully a YouTuber in every way. The two things I do all the time, if I'm not working at work, I'm working here. I'm working on Big Wow Big, or I'm working on Cosmic Emerald. I have 2 big videos for Cosmic Emerald for the month of July that I am working on, and I have the entirety of the rest of Mario Sunshine to edit and upload and make thumbnails for this channel. And we do the podcast every week, which thankfully, and I'm extremely thankful for this, more than you know, that Mia edits this. And I probably will edit some of the upcoming podcasts, just because I even offered to edit this one because I really didn't mind. I totally could have done it tomorrow. And if you still want me to, you can let me know.
Is it unrelated to my mental breakdown that I had over the weekend? Completely unrelated.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just like, oh, my Thursday is pretty free. Like, let me offer to edit the podcast. I wasn't like, Mia's clearly freaking, Mia's clearly crazy, so let me take this off her hands since she's got to go get that psychiatric help. Like, no. Big Wow Big passed. Oh.
It passed. Rest in fucking peace.
Sorry, yeah, I did say it like that. Okay, let me rest in paradise, King. Anyway,
Big Wow Big has passed.
Sorry, I will say that is really funny. But let me say this thing. So I wanted to talk about, first of all, I wanted to throw in as a side note how we baited people this week.
Yes.
Because we uploaded a video called Super Mario Galaxy 3. And I bet if you watched that video and you were listening to this, you probably thought you were watching like some kind of Nintendo Direct thing that had to do with Mario Galaxy 3 coming out. And if you did, that's so funny. And I do not feel bad for you.
And if you did, I want to see what the fucking view retention is on that video.
It's probably 1 second or less. But I was going to say, when I said passed and stopped there, I meant to say that Big Wow Big passed 70 subscribers, and we only have 29 until we get 100 now.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Thank you guys for that support, for sure. And be sure to subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, too, if you like listening to podcasts there.
People stop watching typically after the first minute.
I did just leave the first like on the video out of 176 people.
Oh, God.
Also, if you look at our video from Wednesday, which obviously was like today for us, but if you look at our video from Wednesday, it's one of my favorite in the worst ways thumbnails that we've ever made for the show.
Yeah.
And it's the I'm the bad guy. And I don't even remember the context, but I just like saw that title and I was like, okay, I'm gonna Photoshop Mario onto Billie Eilish.
There's almost this game of telephone that happens between the creation of a title and the creation of a thumbnail, because it's very, very rarely will I go back through a video to find the context of a title. I'll just run from the title and make a thumbnail out of that. And I imagine, you're the same way with that. So it just turns into this game of telephone, or like telestrations, I guess, of like all these thumbnails. So if you've ever thought, oh man, Big Wow Big is clickbaiting us with their thumbnails, with these titles and thumbnails that don't actually like relate to the video or the thumbnail especially, that's just how it is. It's just funny.
Yeah. I have no idea what Super Mario Galaxy 3 had to do with. I just made like I just tried to make like essentially like a box art cover for
Yeah.
that. And by the way, that logo existed on Google anyway. I didn't make that Super Mario Galaxy 3 logo. It just exists. So blame whoever made that for like the perfection, because I didn't make that. But yeah, I'm really proud of. Also, you made the numbers, which I guess you're just gonna make the thumbnails for the podcasts you edit, but you made the font so much bigger. I don't know if 288 is just bigger in Photoshop, but the 10 is so much bigger than the other numbers.
Well, the reason why the 10 looks bigger than the other numbers is because it's 2 digits compared to 1.
No, it's like physically the number sign is bigger too.
Shh, no, just let it be. Just let it be. It's fine, baby girl. It's fine.
I almost fixed it.
No, that is 288.
I almost did.
That is, I swear on God, that is size 288.
Maybe I think the number signs might be the same, and I'm just crazy. Can we upload them? Can you send me the 10? I want to look at these side by side. I'm curious.
Yeah, let me send you the thumbnail for that. I'll put it in the gen.
Yeah, let me see. I'm going to copy this image and open Paint. The difference is that I use Paint.net with a lot of plugins, and Mia uses Photoshop.
Yeah.
I hate Adobe, so I don't use any of their shit, and obviously...
Do you make your thumbnails in 1080p or 720p?
I make them in 1080p, and then I downscale them.
That could have a factor in it. I don't know.
I don't do that with those, though. I just meant my thumbnails. I should have thought about it in that context.
Yeah.
Well, you said you make your thumbnails, and I was...
Speaking of other shit, I can open up Photoshop here and look at it, and it'll say 288.
I mean, you ain't gonna prove it to me.
Prime beef, 288. Let me.
Prime beef,
288.
Kobe beef.
USDA choice.
What is that, like, really, like, expensive steak called from
Wagyu?
Some Asian country? Wagyu, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Look at that, up there on the top, 288.
I can barely read that. It's so tiny.
288. I have it highlighted.
That makes it worse. Can you unhighlight it?
Ah, shit.
I mean, I can barely see it, but yeah, I believed you anyway. You didn't need to prove that to me.
I proved it. The facts. It's all there in the
pudding.
Let
me open Paint.net. I just was curious. I just wanted to see if I was crazy, and they are the same. Oh, you know what? I just realized.
Do you not use 288?
This is so... No. No, I do. This is so unrelated. I just realized that you can replace... No. Am I thinking of something else? Can you replace footage on YouTube for a video, and it'll be like the same video, but you can change the footage?
No.
I know you can like edit stuff out. Okay. Then I'm thinking of
God,
I think I'm
wish
thinking
the
of
amount of times I've uploaded a clip and then realized that I missed some aspect of it, but I have to like re-upload it entirely.
Yeah, what I was thinking of was I think Spotify's thing has a feature where you can upload new audio and it'll be the same episode. But what I was gonna say was that we had a podcast episode that we did on my YouTube live stream, and it was gonna be like a video version just for that. But we didn't finish making it a video version.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could replace it with that, because I'm willing to make that still. We just didn't like...
You never got the footage to me.
Well, yeah, but I didn't like really know who was going to do it. I don't remember if we ever decided who was actually going to do that. Where the fuck is this image?
I was going through a different crisis at that time.
All right, let me share.
All right.
And we'll compare, and we'll see if this is the same size.
Let's see. You're going to overlay them?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I should overlay them. Here, I'll fit it to this thing. That's about right.
Let's see.
There we go. Okay, now I'm going to turn down the opacity.
It is definitely
bigger. It's way bigger.
I use 288. Can't tell you why.
Maybe if I sent you one of my thumbnails, you could see like what font size works for you for that.
Well, I mean, like, I could just download one of the thumbnails from YouTube, because you can just do that in the creator dashboard.
That true. I could also just throw together any thumbnail in like 2 seconds. It's not that hard, because I have all my settings saved. Especially because you already edited it anyway.
I can literally, I'm in the YouTube dashboard right now, and I can just download that thumbnail. It's right there.
So then that should be how it's settled, and the two lands shall live happily ever after.
That is a mystery. Leave a comment down below if you're on YouTube. And I think even Spotify allows like audio messages is like a weird thing. You can like send an audio message to like a podcast.
There's like you can do that, and there's like a Q&A thing.
Yeah.
You can like ask a question.
So
about
if
that.
you have any explanation for where that discrepancy would come from between Paint.net and Photoshop, why they're two different sizes, although they're both 288 point font, then leave a comment or send us a fucking voicemail on Spotify. Leave it with my intern, my secretary.
Call us.
I think that makes for a pretty decent point for us to call this a podcast, huh?
Dang. I guess it does, even though I could talk more.
Oh, have you got something else to say?
No, I could just talk more.
Oh,
I just
okay.
have like more I could say. I don't know.
Oh, there's
I mean, like,
so much I could say. Like what? Stuff.
There is so much stuff. I'm sure I could come up with a million things to say. Like all these things I'm saying right now about how I could say stuff because there's so many things I could say, but I haven't said them because I haven't made them to say, but I could.
There's so much to say about our many years of friendship. Like what?
I would just
Moving on.
I was gonna say, if you ever noticed like how one day there started like popping up like much more colorful like decor and emojis to our Big Wap Big description, or like our banner ever changes, like that's what happens. That's like the kind of shit that I do when I go on those like tirades of graphical editing or whatever. Like I recently edited our banner to have the like subscribe button in the top right and the Spotify and Apple Podcast logo on the right, and I edited it specifically so you can only see those on desktop. So like on mobile you'd only be able to see the middle, but it says Big Wap Big, NASA certified #1
It's like when
YouTube
your
channel.
parents go through a subtle mental breakdown and clean the entire house. It's like that.
Yeah. I also added a section for currently ongoing series because I thought that would be nice and convenient.
Oh, that is handy.
I was thinking about doing it the way I did it back in the day. I put on our channel back in the day just like a list of like rows of videos from different series, like a row of Mario Party 2 videos, a row of Resident Evil videos, but I felt like that was just like too chunky for the channel, so it's just like
I feel like that's worth doing if we have a really standout playlist that like pops off insanely well. That's like, this is the thing you should watch. Then that should earn that place, but otherwise it's just clutter.
Like videos, and then the series that are ongoing, and then the podcast, and then the shorts, and then all the playlists, and then our channels.
We gotta play more Mickey Mouse games. We're falling off.
We need that promo too. More Mickey Mouse games. Oh my god. I don't know if I could ever. Like that was just like such a one-hit wonder.
It's magic.
Not that we would mirror. That is definitely like, we should find some way. Like we should put that game in like a glass like museum vase in our office and just be like the game that made Big Wap Big what it is today on like a card.
Bury it in the desert of Mexico like E.T. for the Atari.
That would be really funny if we just put it in some like random spot.
Oh my god, we should like just bury a game and then dig it back up immediately as a collector's item.
Let's just go go on Amazon and lie and say we like found this rare game and sell it for like $2,000 or some shit, like $200,000.
Go on eBay, rare collector's edition, Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse.
Gold disc, signed by Walt Disney and his wife.
That should be like an eventual like Patreon reward, like a Patreon milestone. Like if we get like 500 patrons, we'll sign Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse and send it to you. But not our copy. We'll buy a copy of it and autograph it and send it to you.
No, I'd rather save that for like a charity stream tier.
Oh yeah.
Like if we did a charity stream, I'd be like, if you donate, first person who donates like, I don't know, let's just say like Big Wap Big is really popular at this time. I'd say like first person to donate $10,000, we will sign Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, and we will send it to you.
Sign Mickey's dick. This is going to be the case, though. If we ever open up a P.O. box, people are going to be sending us Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse on every platform it ever came out on.
That would be really funny.
We're going to have like
honestly,
the Red Letter Media Nuki wall, but for Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse.
I don't know what that is.
DMMSMM. Dimsum.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, you got to find a way to shorten it.
Dimsum.
Yeah, dimsum.
I guess that's how we're going to shorten it. But yeah, I would like we talked about this in a previous podcast, I think, or in an episode, but One of my dream things for The Office is like a wall of the worst games we've ever played.
Yeah.
And Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse would probably be the only one that we would sign and give away like that, because that is so legendary to our channel. Whether you think it is or not as a viewer, like for us, that was
iconic.
Like, we're totally gonna play this game, and then we did. And it's one of it's one of the best series we've ever done, because we had like our heart in it, because it was like that game. It was like, holy shit! Like one day, like I just started it as like a random thing when we started the channel. I was like, we have to play Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, and it was essentially like when I used to have a joke with our friends that I was like, oh, what do you guys want to play? I think we should play Animation Throwdown: A Quest for Cards. Because I used to suggest that game as a joke because it sucks, and it does actually play as a legitimate card battler. It's just stupid, but that was like the joke for like ever, was that we were gonna play Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, and then we played through the whole game.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I'm just now noticing our banner on YouTube says NASA certified #1 YouTube channel.
I said earlier that it does. I said that.
I didn't catch that. I still had the page open here, and I just was like,
NASA certified #1 YouTube channel.
I did not catch that till now.
I was gonna put, it said before, like, let's plays daily podcast on Fridays.
Yeah.
I was gonna put like something like that, but I couldn't think of anything to put there that looked good and professional, and I like couldn't think of a tagline that matched our channel, so I was just like, oh, let me put a funny tagline.
I'm gonna need you to like send me a template of that banner so I can put my own things in there from time to time, because I like switching out.
Oh, you want to just like change it every so often? That'd be funny.
This was an idea that I had years and years back for what I wanted to do when I died. Was I wanted to have an urn. I'm cremated. I'm put in an urn. The urn is put like with a plaque, and like it sits on a stand. Inside of the stand is just a whole bunch of like interchangeable plaques that you can put underneath the urn of just either like jokes or quotes or whatever. And it's just always I just like the idea of having the like fucking like church billboard out front, but for my fucking urn when I die.
The thing is, even if I send you, oh well, no, I can do. No,
just send me the font and the font type size, and I'm sure it'll work out just fine.
Oh yeah, you can just. I'll just send you the banner with everything except for the tagline. You could just like make it fit.
I should just get Paint.net so it's just interchangeable.
Paint.net with all the plugins I have is so much better. It's just free Photoshop. Like there's so many more plugins that I don't even have. It's so much better in my pepper opinion.
I hate to say it, but plugging my nuts in your mom. See you next week on Late Night with Big and Wow.
Okay, bye. What an abrupt ending.
I gotta piss.